Denzel Washington, a name that stands for greatness, strength, and undeniable talent. For more than 4 decades, he's been the face of excellence in Hollywood, a man who carried himself with unmatched dignity both on and off the screen. He's played heroes, leaders, and flawed men with such honesty that audiences often forgot where the character ended and the real Denzel began. But behind that confident voice and steady gaze lies a story of struggle, loss, and quiet heartbreak, a story that reminds us that even the strongest hearts carry their scars. Born in Mount Vernon, New York, in 1954, Denzel's life began far from fame. His father, a Pentecostal minister, was strict and deeply religious. His mother, Lennis, worked at a beauty parlor and was the emotional core of the family. But when Denzel was only 14, his parents divorced, and that shattered his world. He once said that moment could have led him down the wrong path, that he saw friends fall into trouble while he barely held on. His mother's discipline and unwavering faith became his lifeline. That faith carried him all the way to Hollywood. Denzel worked hard, harder than most. He studied acting seriously, mastering his craft with precision. In the early years, roles were scarce. He faced rejection after rejection, often told that he didn't fit the image Hollywood wanted. But Denzel didn't change. He refused to compromise his integrity for fame. His big break came with Saint Elsewhere, but it was his role in Glory that turned him into a legend, a performance that earned him his first Oscar. From there, he soared. Malcolm X, Training Day, The Hurricane, Fences, every film another chapter in an extraordinary career. Yet even as his fame grew, Denzel Washington never became comfortable with the Hollywood lifestyle. He was private, guarded, and deeply spiritual. He once said, "You'll never see me on TMZ. That's not who I am." But behind the calm confidence, Denzel faced a series of emotional battles that would test even the strongest soul. Fame can be a lonely thing. While millions admired him, few really knew him. He kept his pain buried, the toll of fame, the exhaustion, and the burden of being a role model for generations. Over time, his body began to feel the years of relentless work, the weight of expectation, and the emotional cost of always being the strong one. Then came a devastating loss, the death of his beloved mother, Lennis Washington, in 2021. Denzel was heartbroken. He often said his mother was the reason he survived, the reason he became who he was. "I am what I am because of her prayers," he once said. When she passed, a part of him went quiet. He began reflecting deeply on life, legacy, and mortality. In interviews, his words carried a softness that fans hadn't heard before. "I've been blessed beyond measure," he said, "but I've also been broken." At 70, Denzel Washington has begun stepping back from the spotlight. The man who once carried entire films now spends more time mentoring young actors, guiding them toward purpose and integrity. He often says he wants to leave behind more than movies. He wants to leave behind wisdom. Yet those close to him say that Denzel has struggled with slowing down. After decades of purpose and intensity, stillness can be painful. "When the lights go out," he once admitted, "you start to hear your own thoughts. That can be the hardest part." The tragedy of Denzel Washington isn't in failure. He's achieved more than most ever will. The heartbreak lies in his humanity, in the quiet pain he carries behind the perfection the world sees. The loss of loved ones, the physical wear of time, the haunting question of legacy, these are the things that weigh on him now. And yet, through every heartbreak, Denzel remains a symbol of faith, humility, and endurance. He's proven that strength isn't about never falling, it's about standing tall, again and again, no matter how heavy the world becomes. Because in the end, the tragedy of Denzel Washington isn't just heartbreaking, it's profoundly human. It's the story of a man who gave everything to his craft, to his family, and to his faith, and who now, at 70, stands as a reminder that even legends feel the weight of time.